Hi, would you like to learn how to keep a man attracted? How to make sure that he doesn't change his mind? Because it happens a lot, doesn't it? That you meet a man, that you go out, maybe you have something that night, I don't know, but something happens and all of a sudden he doesn't call back, he doesn't text back, you don't hear from him again and you don't know why. Well, it happens for a reason, and there are many reasons, and today I'm going to pick one out. If you take away uncertainty, then the man cannot stay in love with you. Now, to illustrate this subject, I would like to give a personal example out of my life. I was working as an account manager in a big advertising firm here in Brussels, and there was a beautiful woman that was working there as well. There were multiple beautiful women, of course, but there was one specifically that I had already noticed. And on her final work day, the day that she was about to stop working there, she asked me out on a date. She asked me out to go have dinner with her. Now, for me, it wasn't really a date. We had been colleagues for almost a year, so there was nothing special in my head. But we were there and I could see that she was nervous. That was my first sign that she was into me. Of course, the very first sign was the fact that she asked me out. But when I was sitting there at the table, I could see that she was nervous, that she didn't really know what to say, etc. And that was fine. That was cool, of course. But then after dinner, when we were walking back to my car, you could see that she was getting more and more nervous, and she said things like, "Oh, I'm so glad that you joined me. I'm so glad you said yes. When I was thinking about asking you out, I wasn't sure that you were going to say yes." And of course, those were very nice compliments for me, but they were already changing something inside of me. Then when we were sitting in the car and I was dropping her off, I could see that she wanted to kiss me. And for one reason or another, I decided this is not the night to kiss her. I'm going to wait. It's going too easy. It's going too smooth. I want to wait. I want this to be fun. I want this to be uncertain. And I didn't kiss her. 5 minutes later, I was still driving home. I get a text message from her. And she said, "I really had fun. I really had fun, and I wish we could do this again sometimes." 5 minutes later. So I said, okay, I'm going to text her back when I'm at home. At home I text back, "I had fun too, we'll do this again sometimes." That's already a dangerous phrase. Then the next morning, it was 9 a.m, I get a call from her. But I was busy working. I was working here at home and I was really busy, so I didn't pick up the phone. 10 seconds later, she calls again. 5 minutes later, a different number calls me, but I still don't pick up because I was still working. 5 minutes after that different number, I get another text message from her saying that she was that other number as well, but she really just wanted to talk to me, just to talk, just to chat. And something snapped in my head. Something happened. All of a sudden I got afraid. I had a fear of commitment. I don't know how to call this, and I know it's very stupid. I really realize that it's ridiculous what I'm saying right now, but I want to give you an inside look in what a man can think. At that moment I was saying, oh my gosh, I felt like the chains were starting to bind around me and my life was over. And of course, I texted her back. I said, "I don't think that I want to talk to you anymore. You were a very nice girl, etc., but you're pushing me too fast and too hard." And that was it. She tried to seduce me even more in the future. She stopped by at work. She didn't work there anymore, but she stopped by simply to ask me out again, etc., and I couldn't say yes anymore. And I'm not a bad person. I really need you to know that I'm not a bad person. But what she did is she took away the uncertainty. She made me too sure about her. And what is a man to do? A man has to chase. As a man, I need to chase a woman. But you are the same. And I know that might touch you a little bit. You might think, come on man, I'm not the same. You are a fool for what you just did. I'm not like that. Has it ever happened that you met a man and at first you liked him a little bit, but then he really fell for you, head over heels? He really showed you that he loved you and he did everything for you. He brought you flowers. He showed you that he loved you the way you see in movies, etc. And all of a sudden, you couldn't explain why. You weren't in love anymore. Has that happened before? That's because all of the uncertainty is away. What is love? For me, love is uncertainty. Love is the feeling in your stomach where you see someone else and you think, does that person like me as well? Can I kiss that person? Can I hold her hand? In my case, can I hold her hand? Can I do something with that person? Oh, it's exciting. But if all the excitement is away because the uncertainty is away, Nothing can happen, of course, and a man will lose it, and a woman will lose it as well, of course, but a man will quickly lose it. So if you make your man too sure about your feelings for him, it's over. So how do you do it then? Well, my little rule, and that's the rule that I handle or that I discuss inside of the entire course, is that you should help him, but you shouldn't take the first step. In the course that you can see on this website, I talk a lot about nature. In nature, a man should pick a woman. It's really like that. I mean, if you see the animals, that's how it happens. A man walks around, sees a beautiful woman, and starts doing things to impress the woman. That's how it still should work. Then the woman decides, okay, you can come in, or no, I don't like you, I'm going to take that man. That's what should happen, and a man has to chase. And that's fun for a man, and it's fun for you as a woman, because it gives you power, of course. Now today something has changed. Men and women are equal, and I'm very happy that that's the case, but in the dating world, in the relationship world, that gives a lot of problems, of course. Because what happens now is that all of a sudden a woman asks a man out. Okay, that's already something we don't do anymore. Then a woman starts to give hints. She gives hints, and the man is all of a sudden very sure about her feelings. It takes away his hunter's instinct, and there's no fun anymore. Something feels unnatural to the man. And when you see that, I mean, if you've ever had this happening with a man that you've met, all of a sudden he doesn't text you back, he won't call you back anymore, and he won't ask you out on a date. Now I would like to ask you to think about all of your failed relationships where the man did one of those things. Is it possible that in those relationships you showed him that you liked him, that you loved him too soon? Is it possible that you took away uncertainty? And it's not easy to think about this, because what I'm doing right now is I'm blaming you, and that's not fun, but that's also the good news, because if it was you that caused those relationships to stop, it is also you that can make sure that this never ever happens again in the future. And how you do that is to make sure that there's a little bit of uncertainty. For instance, if he asks you out, you say yes. You help him. You go out on a date. When you are sitting right in front of him, he knows that you like him. That's okay. But he doesn't know how much you like him. He doesn't know if you are going to kiss him back, if he kisses you. And those are questions that a man has to ask himself. When I was sitting in the car with that very gorgeous woman, I knew that she wanted to kiss me. That's strange. I mean, it isn't supposed to be that way. When I would have been sitting with her in the car wondering, if I kiss her, is she going to kiss me back? Ooh, that fear of rejection is what we need to fall in love, to hunt, to chase a woman. If I would have had that, I'm 100% sure that I would have tried to kiss her. You see? So that's what you have to try to do. I hope you found it a little bit interesting already. I hope I see you in the future, and I say bye-bye for today.